This is a 7 News Reading with Robert special.
And thank you for joining us. I'm Robert Burton. Here at 7 News, we're committed to covering the challenges our local students are facing. I've been blessed to be raised in an environment where education was encouraged and reinforced. The books were a huge part of my childhood. Well, now I'm hoping to inspire the next generation to pick up a book. And that's what Reading with Robert is all about. This year, I've gone to dozens of schools to read to students and interviewed dozens of authors about their books. Well, this special showcases some of our favorite Reading with Roberts, if you will, this year. And let's begin by looking back to our childhood when we got excited about coloring books. Which crayon did you pull out the box first? Usually it was your favorite color, but was it ever the black or the brown crayon? Well, this story, titled Black and Brown Crayons Are Beautiful Crayons Too, is about brothers Jackson and Titan, who are afraid to use the black and brown crayons because they were made fun of by other students when they used them at school. When their parents heard this, they turned the situation into a lesson about self-love. Dr. Yasmin Daniels-Gustav is the author of this book and tells me Jackson and Titan are actually her sons. And she wanted them to know that there are a lot of amazing things that are black and brown, like them, for example.
For example, their skin color, their eye color, their hair color. It's a few shades darker. It doesn't mean that it makes them any less beautiful, because I think historically we're used to seeing those darker shades being likened to things that are negative. So when you think of, and the book kind of gives a little hint of those things, so we thought it would be a good way to teach them that those colors are in fact beautiful. There are amazing things that are black and brown, including us.
And this author wears lots of hats. Dr. Daniels is an adjunct chemistry professor, a children's book author, and a hygienist. Well, she also wants this book to be a conversation starter for parents and their young ones. It's definitely one to check out. Well, next we're profiling author Carolee Carrington from Northern Virginia. Carolee is the host of the YouTube series Reading with Carolee. Now, on her show, she interviews children's authors. She's a big promoter of children's literacy, but more importantly, she's all about diversifying the bookshelves. Her first published book was titled Everyone Just Like Me, but her latest work is Maya Sings Country. Here she is with a quick summary.
This book, Maya is going through, she's in her music class and is asked to name the genres of music. And she named all the ones that we're familiar with, hip hop, R&B, blues. And she kind of stumbles and her classmate says, oh, she only knows the black ones. And her teacher, the teacher in the book is actually my mother. Yes. So she says, there's no black and white in music.
There you go. And Maya would actually go on to write a country song in the book. It's a great message and a great book. In our next book, we're going to the doctor's office with author Dr. Ava Ballou. The title is Tell Me Where Does It Hurt? It follows Dr. Ava Jones as she treats her child patients. Dr. Ava is a mother, a doctor, and a hero. She soon finds out she has a great impact on one special patient. The author says this book is all about representation, something Dr. Ballou says is scarce, not just with children's books, but also in the medical field.
Coming to the U.S. and having gone through medical school and experiencing the world as a Black doctor and looking around and realizing that nobody looks like me, and doing my research and realizing that only 2.5% of doctors in the U.S. are Black women doctors, which to me is a crazy low number. I wanted to do something to inspire others to get into the medical field. So I want to be that person that can inspire all the little girls out there to become doctors.
Well, Dr. Ballou says she had a head start in the field because both of her parents were doctors, but she wants every young Black girl to know anything is possible. She's also a proud Haitian American and wants all the little girls in Haiti to read this book as well. Well, I recently paid a visit to first and second graders at Langley Elementary in Northeast D.C. We read a book titled The Thing Lou Couldn't Do by Ashley Spires. Now in the book, Lou and her friends pretend to be pirates. There's only one problem here. Lou has to climb a tree to get up to the pirate ship. And without giving away the ending, this book depicts what children go through when confronted with something difficult. It's a story of empowerment. I spoke with the school's reading specialist and the principal who say their students needed this.
people look up to you. They know that, okay, he's involved with sports at one time. And especially for males, a lot of our kids sometimes don't always engage with reading, but seeing a role model in the community makes a difference.
And what better place would that be for all people who communicate well, who use literacy and literature in their work, not only writing the reports, but being able to deliver the reports in such a way that the audience can hear. So attaching people like you to the work that we're doing also adds that layer of impact.
The ship up there. Had a good time over at Langley. So if you'd like me to come and read to one of your classes, make sure you go to WJLA.com/read. Well, still ahead, a young entrepreneur shares a strong message about the relationship between mother and daughter. Plus, a basketball story teaches both hard work and patience. We'll be right back with more on that as our Reading with Robert special continues. He gained some new skills, but got bored with the drills and dropped out in less than 2 weeks. You see that? Look at that. Look at that, man. All right. His brother, Pig 2, took jujitsu and learned how to block and to punch. When that wolf comes to knock, he'll be in for a shock. Kaya! Kia. Kia? How do I say it? Kia. How do I say it? Kia. How do I say it? Kia. Just making sure I said it right. Welcome back to our Reading with Robert special. This next book isn't just about hard work. It's also about patience. The book is called Tamir Can Dribble. And yes, this book is about hard work and determination, but it also teaches parents to have patience when it comes to helping their children. It's written by Terrell Harris. Harris is a basketball coach from Crofton, Maryland. He played basketball in high school and in college, and he tells me it was his experience coaching his son, whose name is Tamir, that led him to write this book.
One of the things I noticed in my parenting is that I was actually like being kind of pushy or putting my own sense of urgency on hurrying through the process. So what you'll see in the book is it's not just a story for kids, but it's also for dads and moms to give them the opportunity to see that sometimes they just need to let the kids work through their own struggles, and in due time the kid will be able to overcome the challenges that they actually face.
And Harris isn't just a basketball coach, he also has his master's in divinity, and he has his own sneaker out, those right there, which has an entirely different backstory. Well, next we're highlighting a young person we've had in studio before. His name is Claude Manny Jennings III. Manny's going to be a best-selling author one day, trust me. Manny's 10 years old, and he wrote the book, It's Okay to Be Me. Now, this book is based on him. It's about a young boy named Manny. Manny's got style, big dreams, and aspirations. However, he has a stutter. So in the book, Manny talks about how frustrating and embarrassing it is when he has a hard time getting words out. But even with that stutter, he doesn't hold back his thoughts and understanding having a stutter is just a part of who he is, and he's not ashamed of it. On Good Morning Washington, he told our Eileen Whalen what inspired him to write this book.
So my parents brought the idea up to me, and first I didn't know if I really wanted to do it because it's my story. It's kind of personal to me. But then I thought about it, and I was like, I want to write the book, and I also wanted to inspire kids and make them feel confident if they have anything that does not make them feel confident in themselves.
Love it. So it isn't just stuttering, it's anything that makes it hard to show confidence. So way to go, Manny, and we can't wait to hear all about your future books and success. Next, we're focusing on a series of books, and it's brought to us by author Glenn Allen, right from Southeast. The series is called The Adventures of Gabe the Mighty, and Allen based the series on his son, Gabe. Gabe saves the world using only his imagination. Allen tells me he had a hard time finding books with characters of color, so he wrote one himself. Well, he gathered all the stories from his childhood, mixed them with Gabe's, and created the series. Now, one book that sticks out from the rest to me is the brand new, super shiny, uber glossy, sparkling red bike. And it shows the importance of a father-son relationship, especially in communities of color.
It's important, to me, it's important that we see a black male image, because then it allows the son to have a vision of what he can be. And so the vision of the father as the helper who takes him through the process of building, the process of learning, and allows, to give him an anchor as a boy to a man.
He tells me he had a hard time finding books that represented that as well. Well, now in every book, there's a superpower, and those superpowers range from responsibility to courage. So in this particular book, the superpower is belief. Well, now we're putting a spotlight on the powerful relationship between a mother and a daughter. Now, the name of this book is Be True to You, and it's written by Lily Jones Sneed and her daughter, True Eden Sneed. It's about a working mom and a bright-eyed, artsy girl. They reflect on the power of affirming each other and being unapologetic about who they truly are. There's even a message straight to the reader near the end of the book that says, quote, "We see you, we love you, we believe in you too, so always be true to you." And this mother-daughter duo practices what they preach.
Because women every day hold up the world and give so much. And so, when True said to me, I'll hear what you say, but I'll do what you do, so always, always be true to you, that resonates to me. Because we want to be great examples, but we have to really be authentically okay first.
And like my mom said, be your authentic self. And if people don't like you for that, then that's okay. If you're you, then the people who really like you for that are your true friends and family.
Well, those affirmations worked. True isn't just an author. She owns her own business. She's the CEO of True Eden. It's what you see right here. Not only can you purchase the book there, but you could also buy shea products, organic soaps, and more. And get this, True is only 10 years old. Well, still ahead, we'll introduce you to a book that demonstrates how important it is to cherish the people in your life while they're still here. Plus, how a couple is bringing awareness to what's often referred to as an invisible illness, type 1 diabetes, through a children's book. Stay with us. Pete the cat was walking down the street in his brand new white shoes. Pete loved his white shoes so much, he sang this song. That's right, yeah, he sang a song. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. Sing that. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. Good, good. All about the participation right there. All right, well, in our next book, we're going to cross the country. This one comes from our sister station, KOMO, Como, in Seattle. The title is Grammy and Me, and it's written by Tyra Majors, who's an anchor and reporter there. She's not just an author, but she's also a college professor at Seattle University, where she created her own course, Social Media and the News. Well, this book is all about a young girl's close relationship with her grandmother. And Tyra tells me she wants people to see the importance in relationships and cherishing the people you have in your life, because you never know when you may lose them.
Especially in today's world where we've got phones and we've got TV and, there's so many other outside distractions where sometimes it can take away from family time. So it's the importance of cherishing them while they're still here. And carrying those memories and values with you, especially your elders.
That's right. Tyra's grandmother passed when she was a sophomore in college. This is 6-year-old Tyra right here in this picture with her grandmother. And to cope with grief, she would journal. And that journal turned into Grammy and Me. Awesome. Well, this next book is bringing awareness to what's often referred to as an invisible illness. The title of this book is Little Nina's Brave New World, Beating Type 1 Diabetes with Special Tools. Now, it tells the story of 10-year-old Lena, who was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Well, now she's faced with challenges like using needles, insulin pumps, and glucose monitors. With the unwavering support of her family, friends, well, she faces the illness head on. The author says it's her own experience written down on these pages. She got the news when she was only 10 years old.
Really what got to me was you're gonna have to inject yourself every day for the rest of your life. And then that's when I was like I felt like my entire world just changed. Because as you can imagine, being a small kid and someone saying like, you're gonna have to use a needle and prick yourself every single day forever. It's life-changing.
Well, she says it's important to have a village of support, people to advocate for you with different doctors. That's very important. Well, she says she also had very supportive classmates at that young age. This book is to empower and to show everyone who has this illness that they are seen.
Do you brush it in the morning too? Yeah. Twice a day? Yeah. Yeah? All right. If you don't, you're going to lose your teeth.
Well, they were toddlers, so yes, they were actually missing teeth. So there you go. I had a blast at Abingdon Elementary School in Arlington, and I had the privilege of reading to Miss Tyson's kindergarten class there. And the name of the book was Max at Night. It was about a young cat who just had to say goodnight to the moon before he went to sleep, but he couldn't find the moon. So Max did everything he could to find it. He even climbed the highest building in the city, but the lesson here was to never give up. Eventually, Max was able to find the moon and say goodnight.
It's so great for them to see that reading isn't just their teacher or the librarian or their parents. It's something that everybody does. It brings people together. His literacy is so important. And they just love to see other adults that they don't know yet sharing that love of reading and sharing how important it is.
And of course, we love seeing them. But Tyson also says it helps the students who are ESL or English as a second language learners. Well, straight ahead in our Reading with Robert special, the book is helping Black teens build resistance. We'll explain more about what that means just ahead. Llama Llama writes his name. And once again, just the same. First L, then A-M-A. That's how you spell llama. Spell llama. L-L-A-M-A. Perfect. What do all these letters say? Something to make a present of. L-O-V-E, that spells love. Shout out to Harriet Tubman Elementary School in Montgomery County. Well, we usually focus on books for children, but this next book focuses on teens. The title of the book is Healing Racial Stress. It's a workbook for Black teens. This isn't just a book full of advice. They're actually exercises that help with a number of issues. Things like how to relax before reacting or how to identify stereotypes that lead to racism. I spoke with one of the co-authors of the book, Dr. Jessica Henry. She tells me a big part of this work is for readers to build resistance.
So it's no longer fair for us to say, this is your experience. You're going to encounter discrimination. Now you have to cope with it and deal with it. What we have to start doing is helping them to build resistance. And what that means is helping them to challenge the very existence of racism, helping them to refrain from passively accepting it and rejecting their attempts to internalize and believe that they are less than or inferior because of their experiences with race and discrimination.
Well, just to give you an idea of how well this book was received, they sold out in 30 minutes. Keep going. I'm just making sure you're paying attention. Keep going. And sometimes you just have to, right, just have to make sure everyone was paying attention. So I had a wonderful time at Cardinal Elementary School, reading to the 4th grade class there. Our next book is Be You, written by Peter H. Reynolds. It's a New York Times bestseller. It's a reminder that every child is unique and special. And no matter what may come your way, you could always overcome if you just stick to what you know best. This could also be life advice for adults. I asked 4th grade teacher Anna Norrell why she chose the book.
I feel like it shows students encountering challenges, and they are then able to overcome those challenges by totally being themselves. And it's sometimes kind of hard to be yourself, so it's really important for them to be able to see that even when maybe they feel that they're different, it's important to walk in their own footsteps and their own path and be themselves, because then they can reach their dreams.
I can't hear you. And of course, every school visit is special, but this one was extra special because it was one of Allison Starling's daughters there, our longtime anchor, former longtime anchor Allison Starling. Well, she attends that school, and Emma gave me the biggest hug when she saw me.
The title of the book is What the Road Said. Can you say that? What the Road Said. Yes.
What if I get scared? And finally, we went out to Rockville recently, where the Lux Manor 4th graders took over. And trust me, these students weren't just smart, they were outgoing. Might even have a few future comedians in this group. And you already heard the title of the book there, What the Road Said by Cleo Wade. It's a New York Times bestseller, and it takes us on a journey of the unknown. But it also teaches us it's okay to be afraid or sometimes wander down the wrong path. It encourages us to lead with kindness and curiosity, remembering that the most important thing we can do in life is to keep going. I also had to let the students know they were pretty cool. At the end of the day, you guys are the coolest class because you're here, right? Right? They didn't believe me, but hopefully they will have me back because we had a good time. And remember, if you'd like me to come and read at your child's school, go to WJLA.com/read. We always have a lot of fun, and I'd really enjoy coming to visit with the children. Well, thank you so much for watching this Reading with Robert special. I'm Robert Burton, and please remember to always take the time to read with your kids.